Well, yes, indeed, we're focusing on this controversial custom duty for vehicles, old vehicles. Well, first and foremost, we're joined now. He joins us via phone, Prince Adedoyin. That's Ajibola Adedoyin, who is the National President, Association of Motor Dealers of Nigeria. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. We understand that your group are happy with this decision, this policy of customs on vehicles. Could you tell us what informs this decision?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Chamberlain, and good morning, Nigeria. Actually, it is not a policy, it is an exercise. And what prompted it is what people are supposed to know, so that everybody can be on a proper perspective. You see, maybe there is a misconception because of how it was announced, maybe saying old cars. But this thing is mainly targeted towards our members and interested public that have just purchased their cars, or those that feel maybe they want to be sure that the vehicles has the authentic duty papers. But having said that, we on our own, we feel it is a win-win situation, because in the first place, part of what we took to the Nigerian Customs Service is the fact that the tariff put on those cars is high, and we need relief from it. And that's from the review you have seen that it's been done. The second one is because of the location that was first fixed, that it will create a kind of a problem, even for our members to be traveling from one place to the other to go and get it done. And that one too was done. Having said that, you see, one of the major reasons that we feel it will augur well, most especially for our members, is the fact that before now, we have issues that when cars are being sold, you cannot even identify which one is the genuine duty or not. And before you know it, when my members sell cars, and maybe after 6 months, 10 months, maybe the buyer comes with a policeman, and the next thing you will say is, customs have seized the car you sold to me. And before you know it, the police does not want to know who cleared the vehicle, how it got here. The dealer will directly be the one to carry all the brunt. And before you know it, they will tell you, go and look for the buyer's money and refund back to the person. As I speak to you now, I have lots of my members in different police cells in there. And some have left this business because of this same issue. So now, you see, what we are trying to do is to create a platform for my members. As I speak to you now, we have been able to create a platform that you can even check, with the Nigerian Customs. And we are trying to synergize with them to see how this can be a success. So, but on this very exercise, I don't think it calls for so much noise, because we are trying to solve a problem on the ground. But you see, maybe what the people felt that is causing all these things when they mention old cars. And if you look at it, some people that have been using their cars for 10, 15 years, those are the ones that are really shouting. But for my members, that we have cars on ground that some have not been duty, we feel it will give us a rest of mind and make sure that government gets their revenue. And then the buyers will be able, to have rest of mind when buying anything from us, that yes, this car will have no problem, even if I purchase it.
So, if I understand what you're saying, in order to solve this problem that your members have, your group decided to take this to customs.
And the public too. Sorry, please.
Okay,
Not just my members, because don't forget that when the public buys from us, at least we are the major channel that people get their vehicles from. More than 97, 98% of Nigerians get their vehicles through us. And when members, you can imagine what they go through. Maybe you are traveling with your family on the highway, and a custom stops you to check. They have that right to do that. It is a constitutional right. And except there is a law stopping them from doing that, there is nothing we can do about it. And when they stop you and they check, now they will not ask all your family to disembark. Then they will not see it. been embarrassed, or something you want to do has been cancelled. And for that reason, the next thing you start going to the police to go and report. So it is for the good of our members, it is for the good of the public, and equally for the good of the government, because the revenue will come to them as at when due.
Part of what was being circulated, signed by Customs, was that the Controller General of Nigeria Customs Service, that's Colonel Hamid Ali, retired, had approved a grace period of 1 month for all vehicle owners in the country whose custom duties have not been paid to do so. And then they said the grace period was between Monday, March 13 and Wednesday, April 12, 2017. And that this is part of the statement. It continues. And it says that they advised all motor dealers and private owners of such vehicles to visit the nearest customs zonal office to pay the appropriate duty on them. They named 4 zonal areas. And then the CGC also calls on all persons in possession of such vehicles to take advantage of the grace period to pay appropriate duties on them, as there will be an aggressive anti-smuggling operation to seize as well as prosecute owners of such smuggled vehicles after the deadline on Wednesday, April 12, 2017. Now, you say this is an exercise, but lots of people out there read this and thought this applied to all vehicle owners.
Now, if I may come in here, you see, it has a period. And once something has a period, and like I told you, this thing came about from an issue and a discussion that we had with the Nigerian Customs Service. And you see, and before now, maybe Nigerians felt, or those that have not been held in that kind of situation, does not understand what was going on. There has been clamped down before now. And that's what I said, maybe the general public have not been feeling it so much, because at the end of the day, it is the dealers that are taking the brunt. Because whenever such kind or such thing happens, it is the dealer they will come for. And when we are the one taking it, and as long as there is no law or the power to stop them from doing that which they are doing, then what do we do? Do we keep quiet and watch our members just languish in police cells and make to cough out money that they don't have?
Okay, Prince.
Yes.
Would you say that you were open to other options apart from meeting with the customs? What other options did you have, just so that your concerns are addressed?
Well, the other option that we had, don't forget that we have made our presentation to the both chambers of the National Assembly, and they promised that they're doing something about it. Then apart from that, the second option, which I told you that we've been able to work on, as I tell you now, so that there can be a kind of a synergy, between us and the Nigerian Customs Service, and which they have indicated their interest in it, is to be able to check, so that even a buyer, when you come to our stand, you will be able to check from the stand to be sure that this vehicle has been duty. So you have no fear of whatsoever when you are buying. And then it will give our own members a rest of mind. You see, as a leader, who are supposed to look at this, how to solve problems for your people. And this is one of the major problems that has been hindering my members from doing their business.
All right, so let me ask you this. I mean, you keep talking about your members, and that circular was speaking about all vehicle owners. Do you then agree now, in the light of the hue and cry, the Senate speaking up about it, almost everyone saying, look, this is a bad policy.
Sorry.
Can you hear me though? Do you agree that this is a bad policy, as lots of people have said?
Let me come first. I've just told you something. More than 97% or 98% of vehicles that get across to the public go to them through us. maybe because of the years you have run it. But if it's just maybe within the next 1 or 2 years, and a custom accosted you on the way and decided to seize your car, I am very sure the first thing that will come to your mind is to call the dealer. So now, if we are the one that is always taking it, and there is no law, you understand what I'm saying, and there is no law stopping them from doing that, then we should look for a solution to that matter.
Mr. Adede, do you then agree, because the National Assembly, I mean, we saw the Senate recently, they have just asked the customs to perish that thought for now. Lots of people are saying this is a bad policy. Do you agree with that this can't work?
Now, don't forget that the National Assembly summoned the CGC to come for a briefing. And I know that when he tells them what brings about that same exercise, I know they will be able to understand and see reason with it.
Do you believe that the Senate is being overtly sensitive about this matter?
Is that?
Do you believe that the Senate is perhaps being a little oversensitive about this matter?
Well, I cannot say that. Do you know why? You see, because the Senate is fighting for the whole Nigeria, and they are trying to look at it from the point of the huge crime that has come. And that's why I said they need to understand, and even the public need to know that, you see, all these things does not kind of extend to those that have been using it. Look, there are even cars, lots of cars in Nigeria are below the 15 years accepted age. So will you not say that such cars will be affected?
Okay, well, we need to wind down now. So you think that if the customs were to execute this exercise, as you call it, 4 points will be able to handle the millions of cars that may be caught up in this?
Yes.
You think that can happen?
That what? Sorry.
The customs listed 4 zones,
Yes.
4 points wherein car owners across the country should go there and verify and make sure that duties are paid. If this exercise were to be carried out, you think that they can successfully do all of those in just 4 points?
No. The zones have been reviewed to state commands now. It is no longer 4 zones. It is now in all the state commands, which is about 6.
All right, Prince Adedoyin, we appreciate you talking to us this morning. Thank you.
Very much.
Okay.